How much tax did you pay last year? That's a question most of us can't answer. So the government says in future, all taxpayers will receive a personalised statement showing what they pay and what the money's been spent on. But right now, ministers are still struggling with an immediate presentational problem: how to show the rich are still paying their fair share of the 50p top rate of tax they've strapped in tomorrow's budget. Here's our economics editor, Faisal Islam.
John, how do you get the money that you pay for in tax? The government's decided we should all know exactly, and from 2014, just before the election, we'll get a breakdown of where our own tax pounds go. But will it change the way we feel and vote on tax and spend? To give you a flavour of what you can expect, if your salary is about £25,000, the average for the UK, then you'll be paying £5,700 in income tax and national insurance. It's worth noting that indirect taxes, like VAT, that happens to have been the main tax hike over the past few years, and duty on fuel, alcohol or plane tickets are not included in these calculations. But where does this money go? Welfare spending is the biggest single chunk, £1,900 a year. Health comes in at number 2. Nearly £1,000 goes on that, with education next. But these big numbers do conceal some surprises. Take that welfare number, for example. £800 of that total goes towards pensions, the biggest part of the welfare bill, while the cost for unemployment benefits, well, that's just £57. This pattern of spending was a surprise for some taxpayers.
You got £6,000, and that would be around about £2,000 that goes to the NHS.
No, it's 993, so it's half.
Let me see.
It's half what you thought.
Half what I thought?
Yeah.
Oh.
What about welfare and pensions? How much of the £6,000 do you think would go on that, on benefits and pensions and things like that?
About half of that.
That's not. It's 1,900, so nearly 2,000. How much do you think goes on welfare? That's including pensions.
Out of
£6,000.
on welfare?
Yeah.
What's the benefits?
Benefits, pensions.
I'd say a large proportion of it, probably around 3,500.
That's 1,900.
Really?
Yeah, it's lower. This is an interesting one. How much do you think goes on unemployment benefit out of your average £6,000 tax bill?
Unemployment benefit?
Yeah.
3,500.
It's only £56.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
What is that? Why is it surprising?
Because I thought the welfare bill, the benefit bill, was a lot higher.
The views of two taxpayers. But here's a number that might explain much of the current tax and spend debate. £363 of this pie goes on servicing the national debt for the average taxpayer. It's more than defence. Most obvious reason why so much political angst is generated by finding more tax revenues or bigger spending cuts.
I think when we've been going through a period of slower economic growth, that's produced the kind of politics where people are both focused on making the rich pay more, and also at the same time a lot of anger about people who they perceive as sponging and not making enough of an effort on their own benefits. So it sort of pinches at both ends of the spectrum.
20 million taxpayers will get personalised versions of this information posted to them at a cost of 4p per taxpayer, but it could change the relationship between tax and spend and the British public.